Since 1954, Terrebonne General has been a beacon of health and hope in our community. As we mark 7 decades of dedication to your well-being, Terrebonne General Health System remains committed to advancing healthcare, improving lives, and expanding our services to meet your evolving needs. In celebrating our past, we look forward to a future filled with promise and progress. Your health is our legacy. To discover more, visit tghealthsystem.com.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Bayou Time. I'm Martin Falls. Very happy to have Chris Ernie up here, very integral part of the district attorney's office here in Terrebonne Parish. Chris, good to see you. How are you, sir?
Hey, Martin. Good to be back. Always good to see you.
Yeah, we've a big conviction. Francisco, how you say that second name?
Gutierrez Valle.
I knew you had to know. You've been in court for a long time
Yes.
with this one, but y'all got a conviction from a man who, not common to this area, but came in. Tell us about the case, if you don't mind.
Sure. I mean, this was every father who has a daughter or sister. This is the nightmare, right? This guy stalked this young woman who admittedly was walking around by herself at night in a area right by the north branch of the library, in that area by H.L. Bourgeois, and she had a fight or argument with a boyfriend, so she wanted to get some air. She was just out walking, and he saw her and was stalking her, and at one point finally just kidnapped her and put her in the car at gunpoint and brought her to the truck stop in Bayou Blue, the big wheels, the next exit over, and raped her there, and then brought her to the Economy Inn here in Houma off of Hollywood Road, right behind Redfish Pizza, and basically raped her all night. It threatened her, basically indicated as long as you do what I tell you to do, I won't hurt you. And he had, what she believed was a gun. Warrant was later, as soon as he ended up dropping her back off near where he had picked her up, and she ran to her boyfriend's house. She said, where you been? What's going on? They called the police, and kudos to the sheriff's office. When they heard the story, particularly Detective Mitch Laperouse, who's now at the State Police Academy, so he's a good one to keep for sure. When they first interviewed this young woman, the story sounded so fantastic. They had their doubts about it, but they want to check it out, so they went to look for video from different places. There was a Dollar General across the bayou, and there was a business next door. They got video from there. Mm-hmm. They got video from the truck stop where she had gone in to try to hide in the bathroom for about a half an hour. They saw her coming and going out of there, and they had picture and video from the library, which showed the abduction. And so when he saw that, I was like, everything she said was 100% accurate. And fortunately we had all of that so that this poor, victim could get her day in court and get justice.
Not to stereotype people who come from foreign countries. We have a lot of them. But are y'all seeing more? I'd have to ask you this question. Are y'all seeing more of an influx of this type of crime or similar crimes because of the large influx?
I don't know, because we've had so ironically I've had 2 sexual assault cases with illegal immigrants in the last that we resolved in the last month. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's an increase or just by chance the numbers. I don't know. We hadn't put any statistics to it. I know it's been a political issue across the country, especially during the presidential election. Mm-hmm. But when you try these cases, you can't bring that out because you want to try the case on what happened versus someone's illegal status or not. It didn't matter to us if he was illegal. My goal was to put him in jail for the rest of his life.
I know y'all put a lot of emphasis. I know Mr. Waits does. I know you do. And everybody at the DA's office puts a lot of weight on the victim. Now, when the victim,
yes,
first of all, to go through that is so traumatic, it's unbelievable. But then they have to go through the court proceedings and get everything, and then try to reset to normal. I know y'all offer services to get them back to normal.
Yes, and she's taken advantage of that, fortunately. We've had counseling services, and she's going through a rough time. Last 2 years, this happened right at 2 years ago, and the last 2 years been difficult for her. recovery. She's suffering from PTSD in addition to other things, and she's finally turning the corner. She's doing well. She's living with her family, and she seems to be on the good path. This was huge for her. She was there throughout the entire trial. She made a fantastic witness. You know, when you tell the truth, it's easy, and she got, and the jury believed her. You know, the jury believed her and felt her pain and felt what she went through and what she's continuing to go through.
Chris, can you tell us about the sentencing part of this?
Yeah, well, that'll come up in December, but he was convicted of 2 charges. One was first-degree rape, and the second was second-degree kidnapping. The first charge, first-degree rape, is a mandatory life in jail without the benefit of parole or suspension of sentence or probation. So he's going to go to jail for the rest of his life.
Any remorse from the perpetrator?
Not one bit.
It's incredible.
Not one bit at all.
Well, it just goes to show you why he, did the crime, I guess, to begin with, right?
Yeah. He's just one of those people.
Just bad.
Yeah.
Just bad. So when you get, I know y'all success rate of getting them back out into society, what kind of advice do you have also for young ladies especially, is if, whether you're mad at your boyfriend or whatever the reason you're on the street, you got to be a little bit more precautious, right?
Well, absolutely. And we tell our daughters and sisters and friends, don't go out by yourself at night. Don't go in a suspicious area by yourself. Don't do these things, and sometimes, people make bad choices and do the things. And this was the example. This was every father's nightmare is what this was, exactly.
Well, luckily, y'all got a good outcome on a terrible situation, so I appreciate you coming. Congratulations to the DA's office and to Mr. Waits for making sure justice was done on this.
Always a pleasure, Martin.
All right, there you have it. Chris Ernie with the District Attorney's Office here in Terrebonne Parish. That's a big conviction of a 2022 kidnapping, sexual assault of a Raceland woman. We'll take a break. We'll be back with a lot more. Don't forget, watch all of our segments on Facebook and YouTube.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your health is our legacy. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bourke, know your rights.